All right, folks, we're talking to a great young actor and getting an update on some different projects that he's working on. And most importantly, I think for some of you fans out there that are big fans of All My Children, get the update on what's going on with the Hulu version of that, because that's where it's airing right now. Eric Nelsen. Eric, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Happy to be here.
Awesome. It's great that you can fit us in. And, a lot of folks may not even realize that there's been kind of I don't want to say a reboot. We kind of had a little time jump with about 5 years, I think, as I understand it, with All My Children ending. Now it's being picked up again. And people can catch that on Hulu and that kind of thing. So tell everybody a little bit about who you play and a little bit about what the show's kind of, how it kind of works in its new incarnation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It kind of took a year off from being on the air. All My Children did. And then it came back. And with the AMC 2.0, as some people call it, the reboot, and some of the younger characters, they aged a bit, so now they're in high school. I play AJ Chandler, who is the son of J.R. Chandler, as we all know, is the dysfunctional alcoholic father, and then my grandfather is Adam Chandler. And they also aged the character of Miranda Montgomery, and so we've kind of, I think it was a smart move to kind of create them to be high schoolers, because then you can start pulling in a younger, more fresh demographic for viewers and audience members. Because back when the show started, years and years ago, the high school demographic was a big part of their viewership. Now it's gotten a little older, but I think bringing on the younger parts has really tried to solidify those new viewers.
And you bring up the Miranda character. I know Denise Tance plays that role, and the two of you sort of kind of enable the writers, in my opinion, to be able to start tapping into some different storylines and themes that might be more applicable to the high school audience. And that's kind of one of the things that I think is interesting about the new version.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they're very much in touch with us as far as the writing goes. They want it to feel as real and authentic as, a high schooler is, and that it's not an adult writing it. They want it to sound like it's from a teen. So they very much took our input in some of the script and dialogue, which was really nice for us because it made us feel authentic and kind of allowed us to, make it our own in a way.
Of course, the fans, folks, you will know them. The stars of AMC are there. You have Julia Barr and you have Ryan Biddle. And did either of them or both of them really give you some sort of words of advice, or is it just kind of is it kind of all inspiring? You're working with someone with just an incredible legacy that they have.
Well, you know what, they all were. They all were very, very, very supportive and made me feel right at home. All My Children's been a big family for many, many years. And coming on, I was a little intimidated at first, I'm not going to lie, because it's just, it's such a beast, it's such a powerful entity, and a lot of these people have been working together for years. So coming on, I just, you get nervous if you're going to fit into the groove, and you never really know if you're safe or not. Your character could be written off if the fans aren't feeling you or whatnot. But I do have to say, the first day I was on set, Katie McLean, who played my grandmother, actually, even though she's way too young and beautiful to be able to play a grandma in real life. That is soap world for you. She grabbed me on set and just told me everything there was to know, made me comfortable. She told me, she's like, "Have you ever worked on soap before?" I said, "Well, to be honest, my first TV job was a soap, but it's been many, many years since then, so I feel like I haven't." She goes, "Okay, great. Here's some tricks you need to know." And basically, kind of gave me the rundown, told me, who works which way, there's little things like if the camera's on the left side of you, you might want to look in the opposite eye of the actor because then your eyes are open more to camera. Little things like that most people would never think of. She basically sat me down and was like a mother figure to me and just told me everything I needed to know, and I was very, very, very appreciative of that, and we'll never forget the moment.
Is there a way to really even describe the speed of working on a soap?
No, it's its own beast. It really, there's no way to describe it. My best way to describe it is, well, just, I don't know. There's no pauses. There's no breaks. You just go, go, go. It's all about impulse. But it really, really helps with memorization skills because you'll get thrown 40 pages a night, and I'd have to memorize 40 pages of dialogue by the next morning. And so now in life, I'll look at a food menu or whatnot, and I'll have the whole thing memorized by the time we're done eating dinner, just because of what the soap has engraved into my mind.
That's incredible. That's incredible. What a life lesson that is.
Oh, truly it is. It was great. It really makes you think on your toes.
Well, congratulations as well. It is worth mentioning too, folks, if you're not familiar with the new version of All My Children. It's definitely worth checking out on Hulu, because Eric did actually get a Daytime Emmy Award. So congratulations on that. That had to be a really, really awesome thing.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the official award, but I did get the pre-nomination, which was just as important and meant just as much to me. So I really appreciate you saying that.
So yeah, definitely exciting, especially when you're jumping in like this on such a show with a 40-year legacy, and they're kind of rebranding it in a new way for 2000. That was 2013, and now to 2014. So exciting times for you.
That's right, and I actually have another really fun project coming up that a lot of soap fans might enjoy. So you have to keep a lookout. Can't say anything official right now because press releases haven't come out, but I believe they'll be coming out sometime this week. So I'm very excited.
Well, let's touch on some of the other stuff that you have going on, though, because you do have a lot of things that are kind of like ready to drop anytime now. I know Chasing Yesterday is one that's listed as having a September release date, but one of the bigger films I think some folks have their eye on, or at least might know about, is A Walk Among Tombstones. That's a Liam Neeson film. Tell everybody a little bit about how that interesting audition process went for you.
Yeah, that's coming out September 19th, and I get to play this kind of punk. It takes place in the 90s. I've got the piercings on my nose, and I'm kind of this punk kid that works for the building Liam Neeson lives in, his character. And so I went into my audition. I put on black combat boots, and I put on fake earrings and piercings, and kind of just made him as punked out and grungy as I could, and I guess they liked it and kind of fit. But it's funny because my first couple of days of filming All My Children, I booked the movie, and I was so nervous that I wouldn't be able to do one or the other and make them kind of both work. But my agent called up our executive producer, Ginger Smith, and just said he's got this great opportunity to work with one of his favorite actors in this movie. Is there anything we can do? And with no hesitation, which, by the way, is a big deal because soap schedules, they're very regimented. They've got to stick to the schedule because there's so much that is going on. But she said, absolutely, we're going to make this work. You go do your movie, come to us as soon as you're done. And they were able to fit it and make it all work. So it's really, really blessed to be able to have the opportunity to make both things work at once, which was a crazy week, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, and we didn't have to put AJ Chandler in like a coma or some sort of bizarre, Ebola disease or anything like that for a week or two.
Exactly, which easily could have been done. I was worried about that, but we were good.
He come back. He has a fake leg now. He was in a quick war. We had to write AJ out for a little week. Behind the scenes, it was a Liam Neeson film at theaters now, September 14th. I understand. That's great stuff, though, because it is, it's a lot of juggling. Folks don't really get, how that part of it really works, and especially for the soap actors. I mean, you guys are working an incredible schedule.
Yeah, no, they're long, very demanding days. But if you get to work with such wonderful people as I got to on the set of All My Children, it just makes it seem like you're going home to see family. At the end of the day, it really is, because we're all there to support each other, and it was just a big team effort. So you didn't really look at it like work. I got to come home to my beautiful wife and little puppy, and then, well, I guess we didn't have our puppy then, but actually, she probably wasn't even my wife then.
I was going to say, you're a newlywed, bro, so I was going to get to that. So how did you have time to fit in dating somebody and then actually convince her to marry you in the middle of the soap schedule and movie schedule and like that? So, by the way, I'm free on Tuesday, so if you got like a slot between like 1 and 5 and you want to...
No, you know what? She's just unbelievable, and I thought it might have scared her away, because that is, as we all know, such a demanding schedule, and you really have to put a lot of your heart and soul into it. And you know what? She was the reason I was able to do it as well as I did. She's very much my confidence booster, my encourager. So she would run lines with me. She made sure I was comfortable. There were definitely times I wish I had a little more hours in the day to be able to sit down and watch a movie together. But she got it, and we did have weeks off that we were able to utilize that. So I think if anything, it just made us stronger because she got to see what I really love and do, and she got to be a part of it, my success, and ultimately, it opened a lot of doors for the both of us. So it was kind of a great thing. And I think actors have it tough in relationships, but I don't know. She's a very special girl, so she made sure that we were going to get through it perfectly, and we did. So I'm very,
Awesome.
very glad.
You also have another great project coming out I don't want to overlook, and that is the one I'm very intrigued by, Happy Baby. Tell everybody a little bit about this.
Happy Baby is actually based off an award-winning novel by Stephen Elliott, which the title is the same name. And it's a very, very dark, dark story, kind of autobiographical, basically about the life of this character named Theo, who through adolescence is in and out of detention centers, and he's basically owned by the government at one point, homeless, living up on the streets of New York City, and kind of his life journey of where he comes from to where he goes, in a very, very dark, edgy story. But it was an incredible experience, and the director-writer, Stephen Elliott, was just a great, great guy. Previously, he had done a movie about Cherry with James Franco, and his new script is actually being filmed right now, also with James Franco, called Adderall Diaries. So he's got a lot of incredible things coming up for him as a young writer-director. So it was a great experience, and I'm very, very happy I was able to be a part of it.
It does sound like a really interesting commentary on society and things that are happening that we're not necessarily aware of, and that's kind of what was being brought to light.
Exactly. It'll open up your eyes a little bit, and it'll just show you, never take life for granted because somebody out there's got it a little bit worse than you do.
Great advice. What else is going on for you, my friend? I mean, besides, I don't know, a soap career, some film spots, a newlywed, the puppy. I mean, I know you're just laying around not doing anything all day, but what else you got going on there?
We just started a nice little home here in California. The wife, the puppy, and I just moved across the country. We were living in New York, but now we made the official leap to sunny California for some more job opportunities. So we're actually going today. We're picking up. We rescued a little puppy. We're adding another family member to the group. If we're not, crazy enough. But we're very, very excited about it. And as I said before, there will be a press release coming out this week of a new project I'm starting at the end of August. Nothing, can't tip it yet, but I will by the end of the week, and I'll make sure to send you over that email when I get it, so maybe you can attach it along so the viewers can tune in when the opportunity comes out.
Fantastic. We will definitely do that. And folks, you definitely can tune in right away, though, because Hulu has All My Children. You can catch that and see Eric Nelsen as AJ Chandler and the great historic soap that has carried on and lived on a legacy for, I believe, 40 years on ABC. And it still has a life still carrying on to this day. And it's very exciting times for Eric and his blooming career here, so it's very exciting. And I'm glad we got a chance to talk, my friend. And definitely send me over that presser, and we'll definitely throw that out there as well. And best to you, your wife, and the new puppy. How exciting times!
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I really enjoyed the interview, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Sounds good. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.